Yo, 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 what's up, y'all? We are back streaming. I took a lot of trades today. We'll go over some of the trades I took today, but currently in this one right here. And let's see. We're not going to be playing any uncopyrighted or copyrighted music today since the last stream got shut down by YouTube. So I got to chill on that, honestly. I obviously muted later on. I went back into the YouTube studio and I muted all the music so that I can keep the stream up from last night in the Asia session. So there is that, but so far we're currently in this long here. We'll see how it goes, honestly, here. But yeah, let's get straight into it. We'll put the music on here this time. I'm going to change it so it's not copyright. Okay, cool. Let me know if you guys can hear that music. You see, I turned down the ring light so it's not as bad now. It's easier to see. But let's see. I changed my setup around quite a bit recently so I can get everything just better aligned. I know the cable management, obviously someone mentioned that it was pretty bad, so I've been shifting some things around recently, and you know, it's been working pretty well, I'd say. Pretty well. Got the mic in front of me now, so the quality's probably better on the mic. But we are in longs right now, so we'll see if this hits or not. You guys are trading? Currently in a trade. And I'm gonna see, dude. Let's see if the Streamlabs Stream Elements works here. It should. Let's see. I recently got Stream Elements. For those that don't know, it helps with the streams and automate certain things like bot messages or banning people that probably send like fishy or suspicious links. Is the mic too loud, y'all? We can probably move it down a bit more here. But for those that just joined, we're in a trade currently. I took one loss today and a ton of wins, so we'll go over all trades at the end. But currently in this setup here with my strategy, and we're just waiting here. Waiting for this to hit. Hopefully it does hit. You can also TB at the high there. I kind of have my TB slightly above. See if I can get a tiny bit more off the trade. But I'm also working on... I need to add like overlays, like graphical overlays also in the stream. Maybe have one like around my webcam. And then like maybe have like some links and such like on top and bottom. So the streams are more interesting. Like visually, but yeah, we're currently in this long, man. Currently in this long. Dang, bro, with the face reveal, that's crazy. Forgot to switch to the other monitor here because other monitor was on MES, which I'm coding actually currently on the other monitor on my other trading view for the structure indicator. So I'll have that up, and then obviously I have my other chart up for the trade to show you guys the trade. So we just basically hit, let me check real quick. My order is slightly above. What just happened? What was that? Oh snap, that was me replaying it live. But I do have my TP slightly above on ES, so I'm hoping that does hit. Because we did just hit it to the tick, the high right there for 2 risk reward. Let's see. I have like 1 or 2 ticks above. So we'll see if it hits. Honestly, if it does somehow make equal highs here and comes back down, then I'll probably close. But it is at break even just in case something happens. But it did hit TP if you just have your TP at the week high here. Oh, I forgot to send a link. Hold on, y'all. Forgot to send a link to the chat. Someone sent me something on Discord here. Just checking something, y'all. I need to figure out this cabling for this mic though, because this cable is annoying. With the mic in front of me, the cable like runs, so like it kind of like has to go around me. I could probably have it looped the other way. No, that'll probably mess around with the mouse. I don't know, I'll figure something out, but hopefully you guys don't hear any static noise from that. And if you guys want to see the trades on gold here, this is the trades on gold. Sending a link to the stream link to everyone here. Give me 1 second, y'all, and I'll do some commentating real quick on the trades and such today. But let's see. And I sent out a poll also to Discord members in the course. We're trying to see what sessions do most of you guys trade. It seems like it's about half New York session, other half Asia session, and 1 London session. So damn, there's no latency on the streams now. That's sick. That's crazy. Just making sure all the settings, everything is good on the stream. I don't want to leak any code here. Earlier, you guys saw me on MES. I was gonna work on, I'm working on basically coding the ETU structure indicator on my other monitor. So if you see me looking this way, I'm looking at the chart in the chat. If you see me looking at the camera, I'm working on the project I'm currently working on, which is the structure and drawn liquidity indicator. I think it will be a game changer, honestly. But it will definitely take some time. So I'm currently working on that while we're in this trade here. I think we just hit TP here. Let's see. Just TP'd. Just TP'd. I was gonna try to start the stream a little bit earlier, but I was trying to set things up, so because I moved for those that just joined, I'll say it again, but I basically moved my setup around, so like my computer's on the other side now, my mic's in front here, and my monitors are slightly differently placed slightly differently. I'll probably shift it here just to make it better, but yeah, basically I got, okay. All right, I'm gonna start coding the indicator right now while we're just streaming. We did hit a 2R TP here. Okay, so this is about 2RR. My TP was slightly above for like 1 or 2 ticks, so it did hit. We are basically literally, this is just a mitigation cycle here. For those that are wondering, this is just a mitigation cycle right here. So we just took the mitigation cycle and we wrote it down, or wrote it up. Alexi said, damn bro with the face reveal. R said, first time without sunglasses. Luis is in the course. He said, which one do you recommend? Which one what? Dude, we are just so bullish. There's like no reason to short. If you short lunch session high sweep, it's fine. As long as you scalp it, even if you traded it, if you traded towards the flip here, then you would have just been completely fine. This would have been a TP here. You know, it ran a good amount of points here in your direction. And then you could also take this long as a continuation to the upside. You would have banked long and short. But today I was mainly looking for longs. Okay. I took the stop hunter setup here, right here for 4 risk reward. I told you guys in the Discord server, in the course members only chat, if you guys were in there. But that was one of the setups we were looking for, which was the long, the stop hunter, right? I was looking for my draw to be London session high, or basically pre-stay high. Is this pre-stay high? Let's see, do I have it on here? Yeah, it does. I do have it on here. Where's pre-stay high? Am I tripping? Oh, we already took it out. Hold on. Pre-stay high was down here. We been took that out. Okay, never mind. Yeah, it was down here. We took it out. Where is it? We took it out a long time ago. So I was just looking for this next week high, right? Because if you go in the 15-minute, this is a bullish structure. This is a week high. So you want to be ideally trading with the trend. Now, I woke up late today, so I missed this entry here down here, unfortunately. Otherwise, this would have been a great trade. You might have taken like one loss down there, but then you would have taken that winner and would have ran a lot more points or risk reward. So also for those that just joined, here is the trade from Ada session. So if you check out the stream, it should be posted up now. I deleted all the copyrighted music from Ada session stream, so you guys should be able to rewatch the stream now, because originally it was blocked globally, and the YouTube actually shut down the entire stream while I was live trading, because I was going to record me catching this entire long here on stream. That's what I was hoping for. Now obviously later I just went to sleep because, dude, this I'm not gonna hold and stay up and watch the trade for 5 hours, right? So I literally just set and forget this trade, and it literally ran towards my TP. So I took it during the Asia session on the Asia session stream, and then basically it ran a TP overnight, and I woke up to a 5 risk reward TP. You know, it was a good trade here, 5 risk reward, and I had a 3 risk reward short here, right, off a liquidity sweep. So I had a short there. And then basically we took the longs here. We had a crazy wick to my TP. Like the amount of precision in what I teach in the strategy in the course is insane. Like I don't know if you guys see this, but I literally TP to the tick. And then if you guys don't believe me, executions are here. And then this is the execution I basically took a screenshot of later on. This is just on my funded accounts, not on my personal. But yeah, you can see executions to a tick here, right? This was me before with the short and while in the long. And then this was me basically after I woke up. I took a screenshot of the trade hitting TP, and it was TP right there, 612, 6.50, right there. And then yeah, that was basically the trades, man. So I caught 8 risk reward in Asia session yesterday, which is really good. And then we caught 4 risk reward and then 2 risk reward today. And then here's the loss I took on gold, because I did trade gold today as well. I took a winner and I took a loss. The loss I'm okay with. I should have followed my system where once you get to basically like a high time from liquidity point, you can anticipate reversal. But I was kind of anticipating gold to still go a little bit lower, which obviously I was incorrect on. Hence why I took the loss here. But I'm okay with that. As you can see here, we did a sweep here. Again, I woke up late, so I missed all this price action here. Woke up, and then I had a nice IFG entry model here. I took a 4 risk reward, and that's targeted the 5-minute supply. And off the 5-minute, I basically took a short here. I should have broke even here because this is a beast setup. But I was actually anticipating to see if we can get a mitigation cycle, which we did not. We just got a manipulation leg. Hence, I took a -1 here on gold. So gold only up 3 risk reward today. But on ES, we were up good today. We're up 6. And then if you want to include yesterday, that's 6 plus 4, 5, 6, plus 5, that's 11, and then 14. So up 14 risk reward on ES, and then on gold only up 3. And you know, it is what it is. Sometimes you win some, sometimes you lose some, but if you can keep a positive risk reward for the most part, it's a lot easier to win in terms of like being positive, you know? Oh, I forgot to post a stream on WAP. See if I can get it right here. What happened? Oh, there's a stream. Okay. All right, I just sent it out to the WAP. For those that are just on the WAP, you should be in the Discord, guys. There's no reason not to be in the Discord server. It's just completely free. I'm just like no risk in being in the Discord server, but enter longs and got stopped because aggressive stop loss called it the day after that L. I use a 930 candle as my SL. 930 candle? Talking about this side of sign? I mean, if you took your entry here, you could just TP here because we didn't reach the liquidity point yet here. Unless you had a reason, like maybe there's a demand on a high time frame on the left. Otherwise, you would just enter here, TP here, and then take the short here down to the liquidity point. But yeah, gold is pretty bad right now. I'm not going to be looking to take any more trades on gold today. I took a 4R win for those that just joined, and then a 1R loss. Gold is just very choppy right now up here. And we have not hit the 30-minute yet. So, and we're just chopping up here. So this is ideally when you kind of want to avoid taking trades and chop. You want to wait until we get like a clear range. And if you miss a trade while we're creating that clear range, it's okay. There's nothing wrong with like being more patient in trading because you don't want to be forcing setups. So anyway, dude, ES is still, dude, we are crazy, guys. I'm telling y'all, we are about to hit all-time highs very soon. We are only 2% away from all-time highs, bro. That's crazy. Like this one daily candle here from yesterday, we were able to make a 2% move. So we are sweet, dude. We are like maybe a week away from hitting all-time highs. I think it will take potentially a bit longer just because we do have supply here. It could cause a reaction for maybe 1 or 2 days or 3 days. But dude, we are close to all-time highs, man. Absolutely insane. Close to all-time highs. Even with the war going on that got basically suspended, the war only caused a 2% pullback, dude. It's hard, man. If you didn't buy down here on a long-term account or whatever, if you have a long-term account, it's hard to catch this upside move here, man, because we had no major retracements. So it was just straight, basically, manipulation legs on the daily and then higher. So again, for those that just joined, here are the trades I took today. All right. Yeah, dude, it's hard to be a short. Look, the thing is, you can short, right? If you shorted here, you might have just caught I don't see an entry model. I do see entry model. You could short for one risk reward here and one risk reward here. So you actually can make money shorting. You just need to be scalping. And what I mean by scalping is go for 1-to-1 RR targets only. Don't go for any crazy flips, origins, inducement. Just go for one RR static and you could be up to risk reward today, shorting here and shorting here with my entry models. But like, let's say you're trying to go for some crazy target. If you go to 30-minute, you're trying to target something down here. Not a good idea. It's not a good idea to be shorting. You want to be longing. And we have structure here. Now we took out liquidity above here, but since this is not a low, this is a high. It's a low probability liquidity sweep. We can take continuations up here further. It's going to be a little bit more risky. So this setup here is not A plus to me at all. This is probably like a B setup here, to be honest. The only thing holding, or reason why I longed up here, is because if you look to the left, there's nothing here, right? All we have to the left now is just this massive gap here. We just have a massive gap. Do you guys see this 4 hour? People trade fair value gaps. I don't trade fair value gaps, okay? So all I see is price pumping until at least here. So there's so much room to the upside. There's no really place for price to reverse if it wants to go down. If it wants to go down, it would have to reverse off new value and new structure, which is the structural points we're making here and here, right? That'll be the only thing to cause price down. Otherwise, there's a high probability it could just keep going up. But yeah, that's why I'm probably gonna see, once you take this trade here, the first attempt longing this high up in the leg after we take out a high, it's okay because we can expect this as manipulation number one. But once you get a few more manipulation legs like this, you can expect at some point we will get a reversal coming back down, like down here potentially, just because price doesn't move in a straight line. And this is not an impulse delivery here, so you can expect us to do have a reversal at some point, but it's just like you want to be scalping. If you're looking for scalps and shorts against the trend, you want to just be taking reversal trades. You don't want to be, or taking scalp trades. You don't want to be going for a real structural move. I just realized it's going to be hard to me to code my indicator right now with the draw liquidity structure since you guys are asking questions and I'm streaming. But I'll do it anyway. Might just do something else actually. Trying to see. Okay, I'm gonna add some music, y'all. If you guys missed the stream yesterday from 80 session where I caught this massive winner called on stream, literally you could have taken an entry on stream with me for 5 risk reward. You can check out the video. It should be not blocked globally anymore. Originally it was. For those who are wondering why, it's because of the music I used. You guys know how YouTube is with the music. They're very strict. And so I had to mute the entire audio of the entire stream, unfortunately, to get the video back up publicly. So yeah, you're welcome. But let me see if I can add some maybe audio background music at least to the stream, so it's not like just dead silence. But aside from that, you won't be able to hear anything else on the stream. I'm gonna add some funny music, y'all, to the stream. Is my voice too loud, by the way? Can you guys hear? Or is my music too loud? Nah, the music good. I'm using a non-copyrighted music to stream because I want to keep my YouTube channel. You know, it's not, I didn't get a strike, but it's just like the more you get, the more sus it becomes. I'd rather not get into that territory. It seems like this is going to be really hard to copy all this music here. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, y'all. If you're gonna watch a stream from 80 session, there's not gonna be music. It's just going to be basically dead silence. I'll add some music if I can to the beginning, but that's about it. It's too much effort to add all that music. So watch the stream. Oh, NQ. I didn't trade gold today. Got you. Got you. Oh, NQ at open. Because we had a liquidity sweep. Oh, it's kind of lagging right now. We had a liquidity sweep at open. So I know what you mean. Because I later woke up and I saw it later. But you're talking about... Oh, you entered... So I assume you entered here with your stop loss down here. You were... Let me guess. You're probably targeting something up here is my guess. That a sign? We did hit Did we hit this? Okay, I guess all you can say here is we just took out inducement in this case, or took out these highs. So it really depends on where your TP is. If you just had a conservative TP, you should have TP'd. If you had something aggressive like highs, like above, then yeah, it would have been a loss or break even. But you can see, yeah, we had some crazy. Do you have news today? Dude, I woke up late, y'all, today, so I missed out. We had 10 a.m. red folder news today, guys. So, but this is not like typical economic news. This is just Powell speaking. So it's not like FOMC or like PPI, CPI. It's just Powell testifying. And the other news is this orange folder, which to me I don't really care about. But this is too small. This is a very small data wick. So if you were going to try to trade this data wick setup here, I don't see a single entry here going short, but I do see the entry obviously going long, right, off this data wick. So you could have, but this is not the typical data wick I'm looking for. I'm looking for a CPI, PPI, FOMC, things of that nature, those kind of data wicks. So those typically make you much bigger stop loss or much bigger data wicks. You want to see big data wicks. You don't want to be seeing these small data wicks. So I entered at 9:30, used the liquidity candle as my stop loss, and I got stop loss on the drop before the run at 9:40. 9:40. Just send a picture of your entry. It's probably easier to tell, honestly, off that. Because you would be in profit here. Because you long down here, you would have been profit here. Anyway, you can show me your trade if you want. You can send it to the private trading group. Dude, this ring light is bright, man. One of the reasons why I had sunglasses before is because of this ring light. I'm gonna turn it down a bit more. This thing is hella bright. I don't know how people do it. Alright, so did you see great improvements in your trading after buying the course? Oh, you're asking me instead of sign. Is the strategy simple? Once you learn everything, it's fairly mechanical. Like, I have a bad test, or if you haven't seen, join the Discord to see it, because I posted it in the Discord. I can't post on stream, I don't think. Wait, actually I can. Hold on. It might say image too big. Yeah, it says image pasted is too big. I can't paste on TradingView, but if you join the Discord under Profits tab, I have a full automated algorithm that bought the trades part of my strategy for me, and it's profitable. Over 5,679 trades to be exact. So, you know, it's a working strategy. You can trade it fully mechanically and still be profitable with no discretion at all. But adding a little bit of discretion will improve the win rate slightly. So that's something you want to take in mind. But, you know, you don't want to be lazy when you're trading. So don't be lazy when you're trading. Experience is still a thing in trading. If someone tells you you don't need any experience in trading, they're lying to you. But yeah, Brian. Oh, 1 minute. Oh, NQ, I see. Damn, bro. NQ had that manipulation, bro. On the 1 minute? Oh, dude, that sucks, man. I'll be honest. I see. You took this entry. Damn, 9:33. It's not even opening. Opening's at 9:30 here. Yeah, that's unfortunate, man. I honestly think there's nothing you can do here, set aside. I think one thing is you want to keep in mind, I typically don't like entering right at open. So you entered at 9:31, which is basically right at open. And also the range is very small. So if you look at the past like hour here, you see how small this range is here? Since the range is this small, you can't really enter buys up here, even if we had the entry model, because the range is so tiny. You want to see some sort of expansion, something like the lines of this. This isn't the best, honestly. It's still choppy. Like, this is a small range, but if we're in a box like this, you kind of want to avoid trading until we clear up. So, but yeah, that sweep right there is just unfortunate, to be honest, because I don't think it happened on ES. Nope. It was a internal SMT on ES, and ES is delivered. Yeah, unfortunate, man. Probabilities. But yeah, if you used a very conservative stop loss, it would have worked. And I tell you guys to use the very conservative when we're ranging like in a box like that. So like, you know, expanding your stop loss would be a good decision when you see us just ranging like this. Because if you think about it, even if you take an entry model here, you don't have much profit to make. If you take an entry model up here, you don't have much profit to make, right? Because we're in a tiny box. So something to just to keep in mind. Honestly, on ES, dude, there's nothing here. I'm gonna look for this liquidity point here, see if we can get shorts off here. So if we get up here, I might, it's not the best shorts because we have this gap right above, but we can expect some sort of reaction, which we can scalp maybe like a short or something off of this 4-hour high. So I'll wait and see if we can hit this. If we get new value here, you can also trade the new value, but it's, the thing is you wouldn't know how many manipulation legs you'll get before like the real short. So usually you want to be catching initial moves down here, down here. The best initial move is down here, and then after that, it's everything else is basically B setups, unless we get like create brand new ranges. Do you only trade indices? No, I trade indices, gold. I used to trade Euro USD, and I also used to trade oil. But I explained why I stopped trading those, oil and Euro USD, and it's just because of running the trading Discord, and I have to send like messages in the course members only chat. So, you know, send draw on liquidity, trade ideas, things like that, what trades I'm going to be taking potentially. But you guys should be taking the exact same trades I'm taking basically, because the strategy is fairly mechanical. So that's not an excuse to not like take the trades, you know, and miss winning trades. Doesn't make sense to me at all. Unless you're new to the course and you just got it, then yeah, sure, take your time learning it. But once you learn it, you should know exactly what you're looking for. It's very straightforward. I have 110 videos in the course. You can't go wrong with it. There's like no way you can mess up your trades. Why did you choose to drop your USD? Because your USD is not that volatile. Your USD moves a lot slower than gold. So that's why I stuck with gold. Also, I've been trading gold longer than Euro USD. So to me, it's the no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. But yeah, my strategy works on everything. So anything liquid that you want to trade, you can trade it. Just don't trade like stupid stuff like meme coins and you'll be fine. I'm gonna close Forest Factory here. There's no other news today. Yep, those are the only news today at 10 a.m. We wouldn't even have news at 2 p.m. unless it's FOMC. But yeah, if you guys for those that just joined here, we took 2 winners on ES today, back to back, and then took 1 loss on gold and 1 winner on gold for Forest Sword. And then that's it. And then from 8 session last stream, which was literally yesterday, last night, took a 3 risk sword and this 5-hour R, checked the stream and everything. I had the target of my high time frame draw liquidity they caught out live before it ran this far, but I just held the trade overnight. I'm not up sitting here for 5 hours. If you think I'm gonna sit in my chair for 5 hours for 1 trade, you're crazy, bro. You are crazy. You're literally crazy, man. Why? There's no reason for you or anyone to sit in a like day trade for 5 hours on your computer. It would be a different story if I had a close TP and I was trading this mitigation cycle here. Both of these mitigation cycles played out. So you could have made a lot more money, honestly, potentially trading this, but more effort. And so honestly, this was time when I was trying to go to bed. So I just let it rip, dude. I let it rip. If you guys are new, want to see the executions, here are the executions, right? I entered with 1 mini and exit at 1 mini up here for 5 risk sword. And then for the short here, if you want to see the short, it was 2 minis and I exit at 2 minis. My sizing could have improved honestly on this 5 risk sword, but I would have to go on the micros chart because I would have to enter like 1.5 to be precise. So yeah. Yeah, set aside. Just please, guys, once you get the course, go through the entire thing before asking random questions because it's literally in these videos. Yeah, guys, a lot of the questions, I don't mind questions on stream, but sometimes they get repetitive, and it's like if it's like repetitive questions, there's no point in me answering them for each person because I answer literally everything within the course. There's a reason why there's 110 videos in the course. It's to break down every single person's question, and I have answers to all of them. So like most people that take the course, I don't have like questions from people asking me because it's so compact and comprehensive. You literally get access to everything in the course. Oh, there's the bot going crazy. Oh, I should probably... I'm going to set up overlays next time on stream to make it more visually appealing. I'll have like an overlay around my webcam, y'all, and then I'll probably have like some thing that moves on the top and bottom. I think will keep it like more, I don't want to say dopamine, but like y'all get the point. So yeah, I'll try to have that set up for next stream. Right now, I mean I could set up right now, but it would take some time. Bro, I feel like what is this music? Hold on, let me change this, guys. Let me pick something else. Unfortunately, again, like I said, I can't play anything copyrighted, so that does suck. But yeah. Marcel, what's up, Marcel? Welcome. I think this is my first time hearing your name, I believe, on a stream, so welcome. What are those indicators you're using? These indicators are actually indicators I custom coded myself. They are inside the ETU indicator package. So if you just go to the WAP, I'll send you a link right here. Or if you just go to my website, I'll redirect you to the WAP anyway. But if you just go to the WAP, you can find the indicators there. It's called ETU all-in-one indicator package, and you get access to all the indicators I use. Again, these are custom coded indicators you won't find elsewhere that are the exact same. There's filtering systems and all that, but there's the link if you're interested in the indicators. But yeah, these are all the indicators I basically use on a day-to-day basis. It helps me mark things out automatically. I can spend a lot less time on the charts. I can even set alerts based on the indicators, so I don't have to watch a chart really too often. But obviously I still watch the chart, but it just automates a ton of things like drawings, POIs, things of that nature, so I don't have to draw it out. You know, like for example, I don't need to look for IFGs that are valid anymore myself. My indicator has filtering. So you can filter based on FEG or IFG mode, 50% range calculations. There's a memory filter here. These are just visuals down below here. You can just set it so you just want fair value gaps. You can do that too. And then you have size filtering here. So depending on the size of IFEGs, you backtest. If you like taking bigger ones, you can use this to filter out the small ones. And there's a lot more to it. Here you get like all this for $49 a month, which is crazy. But you have session controls, premium discount ranges, basically structure drawn out for you in terms of ranges. It marks out all the zones, so you can have different time frame zones on your chart at one time. I don't have all of them shown at once because it will kind of like lie the chart, but you can see 30-minute, 15-minute marked out there. Basically marks out everything fractally for you, but usually I have just 5-minute and 1-minute up because I don't want too much on my charts. So yeah, and then obviously there's some visuals for that as well, and the filtering as well. The watermark thing is just a watermark. Daily bias, it gives you daily bias every single day if you're trading. And then also there's settings for that as well. You have kill zones, right? You can filter out kill zones whatever time you're trading. It can send you alerts for sweeps. And then obviously other settings here. And then right now I'm working on the structure indicator. So not going to show that yet. I've shown a little bit to the course members of the structure indicator, but I'm currently working on that. It'll basically help you mark out a break structure, change the character, liquidity sweeps, and it'll have like a very high accuracy is my goal with the structure indicator. So that's basically what you get. And there's also one more thing, which is the high time frame zones. Input style. Syntax error. For those who are wondering, I'm currently coding up the structure indicator, so I'm working on that also while streaming trading at the same time. But let's see if there's any other questions you guys asked here. Alex said, my mentor was wrecked after taking a loss on that gold initial entry and then break even on the first stop hunter. And after that, I ditched idea, was almost falling asleep on my chair, so quit trading. Oh, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about, you sent me this trade earlier. You took this and then added internal sweep, right? And, you know, every time you go to a high time frame PUI, whether it's internal or external, I tell you guys, you can expect some sort of manipulation. We typically get like an internal sweep, not always, but you will miss some trades, but that's okay. All you had to do, Alex, is just re-enter here. So there's a re-entry right there. If you took the IFG, there's a re-entry. If you took an OB entry model, it missed barely. So there was a re-entry, and then obviously you can take a stop hunter here. Depends on where your stop loss is for the stop hunter here. So that really depends, but you want to keep your bias the same, right? Because none of this here is telling me that longs are invalid. This is just manipulation here. Like, we already reached a liquidity point on hourly and 30-minute here. There's no reason to continue shorting here until we at least get up to 5-minute, which is why I shorted down here or up here. But obviously, unfortunately, that didn't play out. And I could have broke it even there, but that's hindsight trading, and we don't trade in hindsight here. So I took a loss there. But let's say you took a break even on stop hunter. You could have tried attempting probably another entry or two, but you just want to manage more aggressively, knowing that, you know, potentially the PY, there's a PY down here. So yeah. But to me, I woke up a little bit later today, so wasn't able to catch either of those longs. Woke up to a 5-hour TP though on ES, which is, you know, that's what's up. Started my day right. Started my day right. Mental is wrecked. Your mental shouldn't be wrecked though, Alex, though. I will say, if you said you take one loss and one break even, your mental shouldn't be messed at all. Unless it's like something in your personal life, then sure. But I mean, like in terms of just trading losses, your mental shouldn't be messed up after only one loss. Even an 80%, 90% win rate strategy will have 1 or 2 losing streaks. So let's keep that in mind. I can face up to 4 losses in a single, like consecutively. Even at a 60% win rate, I can face 4 losses in a row. And I'm still calm-minded when that happens, right? And I posted a trade recap, I believe one of the trades I took like 3 losses back to back to back going long on ES. It's on my YouTube channel. If you guys want to check it out. I believe it's called, let me see if I can find the name of the video. Something about Red Day or something like that. But yeah, you know, just understand probabilities. You're going to have winning streaks of 3 to 4 to 5 wins in a row. You're also going to have losing streaks on the other side, right? Trading is a risk-on game. There's always going to be risk involved in trading regardless. That's the point of trading. It's risk to reward. Trading is risk and reward. Without risk, there's no reward in trading. You just want to have an edge is basically the gist. So as long as you have an edge, that's all that matters. Switch new style line. This code should work here. Switch new style line. Also, I know some of the course members are software engineers, you know, whether you know PyScript or not. Since you guys know my strategy, you can try to code your own algo or robot or indicator to best fit my strategy, to trade my strategy, you know? Like I've made one myself, right? It has like a 1.5 profit factor, which is pretty solid considering it's an algorithmic bot and it auto trades by itself. So I don't have to do any work. You can't expect algos or bots to outperform humans in a sense that at our level, at least with our knowledge. Obviously there's exceptions like quants, but that's a whole different level of programming and modeling. That's not something I can do. So that's another, like obviously an exception, but I'm talking about just normal retail traders. If you have an algo, typically it's not going to perform as good as your manual trading, and that's okay because it's passive income. I'm still figuring out the integration part of the algo right now. I'm getting close, but I'm still trying to figure out the integration with the webhooks. I know one of the course members gave me a suggestion for that, so thank you. And I'm just looking into that right now, doing some research on that. So yeah. Mike, yeah, so the webhook connection, one of the members recommended me to use this third-party platform. So I did some research to verify they're legit. Obviously, I don't want to risk my own capital on something that I'm unsure on. I checked it out. I'm currently talking to the support team, essentially, about the webhook thing. So that's something I'm currently working on right now because there's something in terms of I wanted to test out the webhook process because their webhooks, how they have it set up with alerts is I need to configure and change my alerts to match their format. And this is kind of weird, talking to camera up here, because usually with the sunglasses, I can like look on my monitor here and I can talk and it looks like I'm talking to you guys. But without sunglasses, it obviously looks like I'm looking at my screen. Anyway, I'll get used to it. So basically, I just have to configure my alert settings to match their template. Like for example, position, entry, strategy, exit, things like that. I have to change all that in alert. It's mainly the alert function I have to change to match their code. And I was basically requesting them to see if they can provide me like a demo account just to test out the webhooks and alerts on and trade it for maybe like a week or so, just to test out to make sure everything's running smoothly, because I don't want to risk my own capital and my own money until I can make sure that it works live. So that's something I'm currently working on. But that's currently work in progress. I'm waiting for the response on that. Yeah, I missed a re-entry from the OB, then entered for the first stop hunter. Not about the loss, more about missing the move later with the right draw on liquidity. Okay, gotcha, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, right? Just how trading is. I always give myself plenty of opportunities to re-enter personally, especially if your draw on liquidity is very good. Like literally, this is a clear draw. Once you take out this liquidity, you want to look for a reversal, right? It's a very clear draw. We are also bullish on gold on the higher time frame, so we took out a low. That's a very, very good liquidity sweep. So yeah, it's just a matter of fact. It literally is just, you know, being more confident. That comes with screen time, back testing. I know, Alex, you've already done back testing and your back testing stats look great. So that's not something to be concerned. I think it's just more so, you know, live trading and getting more of that experience trading. That's it. That's all it is. But you'll find more often than not, even with manipulation, where market looks like it's going against draw liquidity, your draw liquidity is probably correct. And you want to not get faked out, because what people see here is people are going to be shorting this, guys. People are going to be seeing this thinking it's lower highs, lower lows, which it is internally here, but it's not external structure. I focus on external structure, which is what I teach the course members. Don't focus on the internal structure, because to me, internal structure is a confluence, but it doesn't matter to me. I'm looking for external structure. So external is down here. This is a low here, potential low here, right? And so all this is just internal structure. It's just liquidity. And so people that don't know about liquidity and how structure works, they're just shorting these, and then they probably take this, eventually takes them all out. You can view all this as trailing liquidity below and above as well. because this is all fully mitigated except for that PY right there. But I would never be taking a short from there anyway. After we take out such a high time frame PY, you then want to look for high time frame PYs. That's the mistake I made, right? I'm not perfect either, guys. I took a loss in the short on the gold. Obviously, my issue with my judgment here was that I knew it was counter trend at this point, but I was kind of looking for longs down here below to re-enter after this full risk reward, and I was seeing if I can short down to my PY that I'm looking to long, but you know, I didn't get that. So we got a stop hunter set up against me in this case, and it ran. So yeah, if I scalped this, of course I would have TP'd, right? Maybe not. TP would have been here, and my stop, if we were scalping, would be tighter, so it would be different. But yeah, I took a loss there, and I'm okay with it. Yeah, my drawn liquidity has been correct, I think, every day since last week when I started trading live, but been taking break evens and missing entries. Missing entries, that's, if you're talking about like missing entries because you're waiting for the OB entry model, that's normal. Because if you've seen the course video, I've done a backtesting on that. 60% of the times, price will come back to the OB entry model. The other 40%, which is almost half, it won't. So that's something you want to balance out, and that's up to you on your psychology, how you want to trade. And then when you said taking break evens, we talked about this earlier, but you said is this a mental thing, right? Set and forget your trades. Try not to manage your trades too aggressively, where obviously you manage your break even. And of course, you need data to at least back that up. And it seems like from what you've been collecting, it's better, you know, like you said, to let your trades run, man. Over long run, you'll make more risk reward letting your trades run. No break even. So some people prefer the higher win rate with the break even. Other people prefer, I hate missing a move, hitting my break even, and then going towards my TP. That's kind of like me. I'm not gonna lie. I preferably like to set and forget my trades, especially since I'm focusing on A+ setups for the most part. I'm not taking too many B setups like this, but I did take one today. Got a little greedy there, but yeah, usually when you're doing that, you know, you just want to be careful, right? Just keep that in mind. Just keep that in mind. Whatever you want to trade, however you want to fit my strategy system towards your psychology in a sense, because it's much easier to fit a strategy towards your own psychology that you already inherited than to try to change your psychology to fit a strategy, if that makes sense. But of course, at some point, you still have to work on your psychology, right? Because any strategy, regardless of how good it is, how well you fit it to your psychology, you're going to deal with losing streaks, winning streaks. Also, for those wondering, I forgot to mention this, but there's only 2 spots left in the course. So if you're trying to get the course, I suggest you get it now because there's only 2 spots left at the current price. I mentioned this already in the past in the free Discord, but basically the price will be increasing after the 2 spots are taken. So I recommend you guys take advantage now while you still can for that. And as Mike said something here. Is this Mike from the WAP DM as well? Is this the same Mike? I think it is. Right? Or Michael. Set and forget is way more calming to the mind, and I realized in my journey that you can easily mess up your trades with micromanagement. It depends. Micromanagement works for some strategies, but not all strategies. Some strategies, I'll give you guys an example of when it would work. If you're trading a strategy where you're just scalping with a very precise entry, you can micromanage, but even then, I argue that if you're scalping for only 1-to-1 risk reward, you don't have much room to even manage your trades. Like let's say price goes here and I'm in short. What is this micromanagement here? Like your break even is basically at where price is. Especially if you're trading Forex and just spread, you're basically going to get stopped out at break even here. So if you're even looking for small targets, just let it run to the small target. But if you're not confident in trade because you know the confluences are against you, you shouldn't even be taking the trade in the first place. So that's also another way you got to think about trading, right? If you're not confident in a setup, you shouldn't even be taking it in the first place. That's what it is. So just know, if you're not confident in a trade, there's a reason why you're not confident. Either you don't have enough screen time and experience, maybe trading the strategy yet. So that can be explained. But once you do have enough experience in trading the exact same strategy and system, you need to know that when you're not confident, there's something wrong, obviously, right? And it could be, it could be false. It could just be a false positive. But how many trades do you take on average a day? I already answered that a long time ago. You can check it out. Literally, it's in my journal. If you go to my prior trading journal on my WAP, you will literally see how many trades I take a day. But we've had great price action this month, man. I hope you guys are up for this month because it's so much better than last month. Last month, we had very slow price action. We were boxing, we were ranging, we were barcoding at open. I was surprised last month, like Asia session, London session outperformed the Euro session, probably for the first time ever. But currently, we have great volatility right now, as you can see clearly, right? So June has been paying very well for us. I'm trying to figure this indicator out here. Well, I'm getting the syntax error here, even though I shouldn't be. Let's see. But I meant that you can break your edge if you cut your winners because of wrong micromanagement. To be sure you remain your edge, you must have exact rules for this. Yeah, you need to trade with rules obviously in place. If you don't have any rules, okay, here's the thing. I don't want to say that too as a too general broad statement because some people could take that like claim wrong in the wrong way. But if you have a ton of experience like me trading, and I know when my draw on liquidity is just wrong, and I know when to stop trading, and if you can manage yourself emotionally to stop trading, you don't need a strict rule on number of trades, for example, per day or number of losses per day. But I just know from my data, I trade based on my data that tells me typically if I'm taking 3 to 4 losses in a row with the same trade idea, meaning let's say I'm looking for longs on ES, I'm just taking 4 losses in a row going long, just likely means it's not for me that day. Not that because it's psychologically not for me, but because more so if I'm just trading my strategy system and it's giving me 4 losses in a row, same direction, it likely means my draw on liquidity is just wrong. It could be a trending day, and those are the days. Trending days are days where you really don't want to be counter trending, right? Internal structure is going to hold on those trend days, and you're going to get cooked if you keep trying to short or keep trying to trade reversals. So on those days where it just trends in one direction internally, you really don't want to be taking trades. Those are days where I consider bad price action for my strategy, and I don't trade on those days. So once I, let's say, for example, take 2 to 3 shorts going against the trend, and I realize it could be actually a trend day, I'm done. For example, I stop myself. I'm like, okay, let's go to the higher time frame because the higher time frame will likely tell me why it's trending. The other day where we had, or not the other day, last month we had a trend day, and it was an insane trend day. I think it was like 2% or something. I have a YouTube video or a course video posted about it, so you can check it out. But essentially that day, if you just go to the higher time frame, it was a 1 hour, 4 hour massive gap. And so on a lower time frame, it makes 100% sense that we're just trending internally. Therefore, it's like every time you're taking a short, you're just going against the trend and where price is trying to go towards. So it's just like there's no reason logically to keep trying to do that. Offline interval. What is this? Wait, can I add a overlay right now on stream? Let me see if I can. Let's see. Overlay resolution 1440p. Can I add something here? Let's see if we can add something here. Let's add a widget here on chat. Oh, I should probably make my chat. No, I'll keep on the side. Engagement. Countdown. All right, let's see what this is here. I'll put 1 hour here. Why is this? I don't think it's showing on stream right now. No, it's not. Position size, no. If you guys have used stream elements before, let me know. I need some advice to get like a good overlay for the streams. Or try to figure this out here. The template. Dude, I feel like I'm getting old, bruh. Technology is evolving too fast. No, I'm not. I'm trolling. I'm just not used to streaming. Oh, I could use a theme. All right, let's see what theme looks good here. Is there a trading theme? That'd be cool if you had a trading theme. Nah. Nah, looks bad. This one doesn't look bad. It's like gaming though. Grab scene links and paste them in your sc.live. Okay, let's see how I would do that. In your sc.live. If I go to scene, maybe? No. Add element? Okay, I think it's here. New widget. Bro, there's so much on this. Oh no, I think OBS is crashing right now. I added something by accident. Mike said, but you still made 100R plus last month with bad PA. Yeah. You just have to adapt to bad price action. What it means is you can have short TPs. You can manage your trades more aggressively, but for the most part, it's just recognizing a new value in the market. And when you recognize new value market, it's easier to trade. And that's something I also talk about. I've also been trading for several years, so it's not like that was the first time I've ever seen slow price action, right? But you don't need to change anything to the strategy in bad price action. It's more so how you manage your trades and being more. I think the biggest change is really being more selective with your setups, meaning look for trades that have more confluences and try to avoid just taking any B setups if you can, because with bad price action it'll lower your win rate. But if you can balance that out with only taking A+ setups, you can kind of balance the two numbers out. And now OBS is crashing. Great. Okay. Bro, tell me about it. Turned 34 this year. Woohoo. Dude, I had a crazy idea for stream yesterday. Dude, I was like, every time we hit stop loss, I break something in the room. Every time we hit TP, I don't know, we'll do something. About to be I show Asian speed out here. About to blow up my room with fireworks if we hit a TP. Bro, that's crazy. I saw some clips of the dude jumping into his whole setup. He like broke his entire setup because he hit like some milestone or something. It was kind of funny. Dude, I would be doing that back in the day, but I feel like I matured too much where I can't really be doing that. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I don't think it's out of character. I don't think I could be doing that anymore. I probably back then, like a few years ago, if you went back in time, I probably would be doing that on stream. Don't know why I'm getting this syntax error here though. No, everything's correct. What is this, bro? Bro, if it wasn't for also like ChatGPT, the indicators would probably take a bit longer to make. ChatGPT is able to like figure out bugs and fixes so much quicker. It's crazy. Like I have experience coding myself. I've been coding since I was a kid, but not in PineScript. Block of statements. Dude, I also feel like a lot of people nowadays have ChatGPT Premium. It's like, bro, it's like a necessity now. Unless the free version has gotten like so much smarter, I think the paid is for sure worth it. Claude AI is better trust. I'm gonna be honest, yo. I don't think I've tried Claude AI. I've tried Gemini. I've tried what's it called? Microsoft Copilot. I've tried ChatGPT. But ChatGPT out of those three, personally, from my experience, is better than the other two. Really? Claude AI. I'm gonna have to check it out. I heard of it, obviously. Never tried it. Who is Claude AI built by? What company? Do they have a subscription model as well? Claude AI? I'm working with Python on some drawn liquidity stuff. Oh, nice. You're working on drawn liquidity indicator as well? Or a structure indicator? Oh, I do have a Claude AI account. I just checked. I just have the free plan though. Is the Claude AI Pro worth it or the Max? I just have ChatGPT Premium right now. I might convert over. We'll test it. I guess I'll start testing it out. I've just been loyal to ChatGPT. Not because I'm an affiliate or anything. That'd be wild if I was an affiliate of ChatGPT. But yeah, I've never just really looked too much into it. Actually, I'm gonna try it out right now. Let's see. Let's see. All right, let's see who wins here, ChatGPT or Claude AI. Claude. Bro, AI is so crazy that I feel like it's unfair, but like it is what it is. People nowadays you don't need that much coding experience to make like the same thing probably someone with a lot of coding experience can make. Now there's obviously, dude, I would argue that with AI now, that like even a beginner coder could probably make the same project quicker than someone that's a professional that does it manually. Now, obviously, if someone's a professional with a lot of experience and uses AI as well, they're also going to make it quicker. But without AI, I feel like they're going to make it slower manually. Anthropic is a company. Oh, okay. Interesting. Mike, I'm a programmer since 25 years. Damn. You've been coding for a long time, my guy. 25 years. I've been coding for 10 plus years. AI helps much with boilerplate code stuff you don't have time to learn. Dude, what's crazy is I have a friend that works at Microsoft, and he literally told me he got sound like a pro. Wait, actually, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this. All right, never mind. But point is, basically, he was able to use AI to leverage AI to actually complete a project that he had no idea like how to do, which is crazy. But you guys see how like once you get your good solid trades in, you want to be avoiding trades for the rest of the day. Like this is the best trade is the initial long down there, and then the second best trade would be the stop hunter continuation here. And then this is a B setup here since we already took out liquidity. But it is a lower probability liquidity sweep, so that's good for us. And then you can see how basically, I mean, we get this because price is trying to determine new value, new ranges to trade higher. And the range is not as clear here. Like when we have ranges like kind of small like this, it's a little unclear. This is situations where you'll be scalping. So if you were to use my entry model here, like you could just be if you just use my IFEG indicator here after take out the high, you just scalp for one risk reward. Like you be in this situation when price is choppy like this, you either don't trade or you just take scalps. Like scalping is fine here, right? 1.4 risk reward. I think this is where people blow accounts too, because the range is so small. People are probably reversing positions because this is what I used to do in my trading, where I would like long here, take a stop loss, short here, take a stop loss, long here, take a stop loss. Maybe I was long here, hit the stop loss, shorting up here, hit the stop loss. Like I used to do that. That was something I figured from my journaling as to my specific conditions where I would tilt. So when I see something like this, I try to stay away from taking any trades because there's a higher probability I know that I will tilt. So I try not to trade when we get conditions like this where price is like delivering in a tiny range. AI is great for prototypes and personal use, but for real life production applications, you have to do security related stuff by yourself. Oh, okay. Gotcha. I also know certain companies, they ban certain use of AI or certain AI uses. And that makes sense because you don't want to leak like company data onto like public GPT data. So I'm not the most professional in terms of that field, but yeah, that's what I think. Oh. Oh, okay. All right, let's see. Claude AI got the fix right on this code. Let's see if ChatGPT got it right. Okay, so they came with the same solution. I had a dumb little mistake I made here. I'll fix it right now. I should be switching line here. I make this new. I was like, there's no way my syntax was wrong. It wasn't syntax that was wrong, bro. I am very excited for this release of this indicator, though. It might take a few months, so don't get your... Never mind, it didn't fix. Because I kind of want to perfect or try to get it like to 80%, 70% accuracy, anything above 50% accuracy, honestly, for the drawn liquidity structure indicator. Otherwise, there's no point in like using it. So it will take some refinements, and I have to test it across like a good amount period of data to make sure it's like accurate enough long term to use. OB instrument model did occur if you're taking this long here to the upside. Was the POI, it's just a 5-minute mitigation here, but I don't think we came back to 50. Okay, I guess we did come out to 50%. We mitigated this flip here, so you could have took an entry off of that going long. Yeah, and like I tell you guys, shorting, you just scalp, right? If you're shorting, you're trying to look for scalps, not looking for anything crazy. Again, the drawn liquidity for me, I'll be looking to take a short if we get up there. But the thing is, we only have an hour until market close, so I don't think that's going to happen today. But yeah, I avoid trading usually like these conditions. Like I don't mind taking the first initial setup after a sweep, but as we get higher and higher in premium, we can get like a what's it called, a mitigation cycle of a short going down and just taking out everyone longing and then go higher. So in those situations, I like to wait to see if we can get that retracement usually for longs. I'm not sure why this is not working. Hold on. Oh, dude, bro, come on. I'm also using, so I kind of, when I got into PineScript, I was using version 5 PineScript, and they have version 6 out now. I think it's been actually for almost a year, but I've never switched my code to version 6. There's no need to put in more effort to convert it just to get the same result. But yeah, I've been sticking to version 5 PineScript for those that do program in PineScript and just wondering. It's just what I'm used to, but at some point I'll have to convert. But version 5 has been working fine for me, so I never switched. Did anyone take any trades today? I know some of you guys already told me the trades you took. Anyone else take any trades today on either gold, ES, NQ? Another reason why I learned coding by myself also is just because style, just because of interest. I like learning new things. I think it's good to like have skills outside of trading. So This is just a little side thing I do. Before trading, I wanted to be a software engineer. So that's what I was trying to actually go for before I found trading. Oh, if you guys are also new, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you guys can get like the notifications for these live streams like ahead of time. Some people miss trades and steps I take on live because they joined too late. So yeah, definitely have notifications on if you're interested in getting the latest stream notifications. I do ping the Discord if you're in the free Discord, but usually it's like a little delayed. So. Sir Science said, you in any trades right now? I'm just seeing the long was 15 minutes ago, but I didn't trade. No, I'm not in any trades right now. I discussed the reason earlier. It's just because once we get higher up in legs like this, once we take out the liquidity sweep, you kind of want to avoid taking trades. It's going to be harder or it's going to be lower probability. I was really looking for this high here. Like originally we had a lot of volume, so I was kind of looking for this high to get swept on the 1 hour here. Or at least if we can hit this 1 hour supply. But I don't think we're going to hit it today because we only have an hour left. But I could be wrong, dude. I don't know. Volatility, I could be wrong. Let's see the probabilities. I mean, we took 30 for, okay, so we took about 30 minutes to make a 0.22% move. We could. If we take out this high, I'll probably look for a quick short scalp. But yeah, I mean, there were setups you could have taken here, but like I say, when ranges are this small, this high up in the overall high time frame leg, I usually don't like to take these trades because I know when I do take losses in this, I tend to go on tilt easier. Like let's say I take a loss here, I'd probably tilt and go short. If I take a loss here, I'll probably tilt and go long. So I try to avoid when we have like small consolidation like this. But If you really want to trade, yeah, slight assign, you could have taken this PY flip here, right? And then you could have used the OB entry model right here. So your entry would be here, and then you could just TP here. It would just be a 1-to-1 scalp for the weak high. So yeah, there were trades. There was also a trade going short here for 1-to-1, but like I said, I didn't take those trades. The range is too small for me. And usually I don't scalp. I don't scalp too often, so yeah. 15 minutes ago, I assume you're talking about this OB entry model to the upside settle sign. But yeah, that would have been a trade. It just wouldn't be an A setup at all for me. This would be a B setup. But yeah, this would be your new range here for now. But we could, like, price could dump down here. But it's moving very slow right now. And, you know, it's end of the day. I don't really trade at this time. I said the same thing with gold. Like, do you see? Once I saw gold do this, I said on live, I'm basically done. Because when it does stuff like this, there's obviously a ton of manipulation occurring. And price ranges, the range I still say is from this low to this high here. Right? Because we have new inducement here being made here. I think we should take out this inducement here. We have not taken it out yet. But we are, like, the price action is awful. Like, do you get what I mean? Like this. Like, using time theory, this is an hour consolidation. What is this, guys? This is almost an hour of a consolidation as well. You can see when you trade within the kill zones, you tend to get better moves, right? These are, like, this is delivery we want to see. Clean delivery like this. Not the best delivery here, but this is still far better than this. So you want to be trading within the kill zones because you tend to get cleaner delivery during the kill zones. But after you get outside the kill zones, you can see stuff like this. And this is like when I don't want to be, you don't want to be trading this. First of all, it's not been a valid trade until we get down to these POIs to take along. If we get an entry model, but there's nothing to trade here, basically. So that's another thing you guys just have to practice. Understanding when you see small consolidation like this, you don't want to be taking trades. Ideally, avoid taking trades. I'm not saying trades won't work. Trades worked here long and short here. So if you want to say in hindsight, I missed out on 2 risk reward, you can say that. But I'm just saying over a long run, I like to take trades when you have good ranges. What is a good range? When you have momentum. Look at this. Do you see how much cleaner this is here compared to like this? It's much cleaner. Once we get momentum with a nice clear range and balances like this, especially, you can take trades. Like we had a trade here, you could have scalped if you want to. If you're looking for a TP, you might have broken even here. And then you can also see you took a nice trade down here for my entry model and TP up here. And you could take literally a short here with my entry model, TP down there, right? Like literally these are clean ranges to be trading. But once again, like I said, when we consolidate like this, if you're already in a trade and consolidation occurs, that's fine with me because you can't control that. But what I'm trying to say is if you see a consolidation ahead of time prior to your entry, you obviously don't want to be taking any trades. Or trying to force trades and consolidation is also another thing people have. People are impatient, so instead of waiting for us to hit this PY below for longs, they try to impatiently like force trades here. Now, this is where you be scalping, right? Because we're consolidating. But until then, you really don't want to be taking like the normal main setups. But yeah, I've talked about this a lot on stream. I'll just bring it up from time to time just because I think it's very important. It's a very important lesson for you guys to understand that not every price delivery is a good trade. We want V-shaped reversals, like something like this. If you can see, find our example here. Like for example, look here, this was a short I took off a liquidity sweep, right? Took a 3 risk reward trade here. Obviously a ton of drawdown here. But like I said, widen your stops a bit and you'll stay safe for the most part. You see how it wasn't the best delivery towards my TP here with the flip. But this is after I entered my trade already. So let's say you didn't enter your trade initially on the initial entry, which you should be always taking the initial entry, guys. I tell you guys this all the time. But the initial entry, you typically get the best price to enter off. So it gives you the best stop loss placement and the best risk reward. Usually you won't always get the best risk reward. There's times where re-entry methods that I teach in the course and mentorship, you actually get better risk reward, but this won't always occur because sometimes you just miss the move, right? If it hits break even, sometimes it just dumps right after and you miss the move. But like, for example, let's say you didn't take the initial entry here and you see something like, I don't know, something like this. You want to kind of avoid taking a trade if you can. But obviously played out here. Like, I'm taking the initial setup here, guys. The initial strategy I teach you guys. The initial setup I take in the course. This is the OB entry model that I teach in the course, and this is the initial setup, right? As soon as we hit the PY, this is the first setup that occurred. First entry model that occurred. Right? If you were taking something like here, this is just a new range, so you could consider and argue that this is still valid here to take the OB entry model here. This is also valid here because we mitigated, we call it mitigation cycle. This is a new trade idea. But like, you typically don't want to be chasing trades once they've already moved towards that direction, or trade like in the middle of a range unless you have a clear draw on liquidity, right? So like, for example, if my draw on liquidity is higher here, which is up here, it's okay to take this. Now the range here is not entirely clear. Some people will mark your range down here. It's still below 50% and we still tapped into a flip. So this would be a setup that you could take. But like I tell you guys, this here is not something you really want to be looking for. This is a B setup here in my eyes. But yeah, you can see obviously if you're just shorting today, you're going to get killed, right? There's no reason to also short like here. Unless you want to scalp, you take out this high. But if you go to the higher time frame here, remember guys, you have to view the market in cycles from the higher time frame to a lower time frame. If you go down to the higher time or go up to the higher time frame, we mitigated a 1 hour demand. So people that are trading on the 1 hour that are looking for swing trades, do you know what they're doing? They're in their buy positions down here. And let's say they missed their initial entry here, they're probably buying up here on the 15-minute. And so when you're on the lower time frame, when you're stuck on the lower time frame with no context of a higher time frame, guess what? You're shorting against the high time frame traders. The high time frame traders are going long while you're going short. So it's counterproductive. Why that stop loss on a 5-hour long yesterday 8 session? This is the aggressive stop loss method I taught in the course. So if you've seen the stop loss method videos, I didn't check your exact progress. I can check every user's exact videos they watched and such, and how much they watched of each video, like progress bar. But I didn't check yours yet. But if you're talking about this long here, right? You said yes. This is the low of the OB, right? And I tell you guys, give some space over your wiggle room for your stop loss. So I gave you some wiggle room. So that's where I put my stop loss there. This is the aggressive stop loss method. You can also keep your stop loss at the low here. So this is fine too, right? Both of these trades are fine. But I was willing to risk to potentially make double risk reward with a tighter stop than to only make 2.6 here. Because if you look at the overall range here that we have here, it's a small range from this low, from that high to this low. My stop loss is basically half of the size of that range. So it's not really ideal. The entry also is not the best. The entry price, right? Because I'm almost entering at 50, basically I'm entering almost at the middle of the range here. But because my draw was so clear that I called out on stream here, I was calling out this draw here on the 1 hour here at 8 a.m. on the 8 session stream. So if you want to just watch that back this trade, then you can feel free to. I have it uploaded with no copyright music, so you guys should be able to see the stream from 8 session. Proof that I took the 5 risk trade. But that's the draw on liquidity I marked out on stream and it hit, right? So that was the reason why I have my stop loss there. The stop loss is too big to me personally if I have it at the standard stop loss position. So I didn't mind risking it here. And I was not scared when price came back down here. A lot of people will be scared. They see momentum. It's what I tell you guys in the course all the time. Momentum is our friend, right? Whether it's against you or in your direction, they're both your friend. It's your friend when it goes against you because it means you can take a impulse model off of it, which is another entry model I teach. And when it impulses, when price has a V-shaped delivery, like something like this, for example, or something that has just a lot of impulse or imbalances, that gives us a clear range and not choppy price action, which is even better, right? I was not scared at all. Why? I saw this PY. My indicator literally marked this PY down here for me live. And as long as that PY held there for the long, I'm completely safe with my long there for fiber sword. I'm chilling, right? Like fiber sword is completely fine with me here, knowing that if we hold this PY here, we're gonna go higher. Towards my draw liquidity. If price came and let's say, even if it sweeps the PY, if it didn't give an entry model prior, it's fine with me. But like if price basically at this point, how I was viewing the market was, if price comes down below here, we could go lower. We could go lower in terms of what I would see is a potential PY here. We also have a massive gap below. But the thing is, it's very low odds if price really wants to go higher for it to retrace that much. We have a new range here, and you want to be trading that new range. This is why I took the trade up here, and this is fine. If price was actually wanting to go bearish, it would actually indeed go all the way down here. Let's see. I think I got a new notification for something. What's up, Only Pain? We got Morty that joined the free Discord. We got Halo that joined the free Discord. I'll probably have like stream elements set up so that it has like a notification thing when it pops up with some sound effects or something for the stream to make it more interesting and entertaining for y'all. So you guys can, you know, I don't know, just something interactive for the stream. I think I'm too old to be doing the iShow speed stuff of launching fireworks in my room. So yeah, probably not something I'm gonna be doing. Maybe if we get to 100 likes, fireworks might occur. Fireworks in the room might occur. Oh. What's up, Jacob? Welcome, man. I need to be careful what the poses I be doing on stream, because y'all seen the Elon Musk thing where Elon Musk did the, you know, that salute. Yeah, I gotta be careful. Not trying to get canceled on YouTube. Gotta be careful, and you know YouTube's strict with that stuff, so gotta be even more cautious on here. This ain't like Twitch or not even Twitch. This is not Kick. Nice, bro. I just joined the Discord. Awesome, Jacob. I have a question. Do you share your journal anywhere? Yeah, I do. I do share a journal. It's on my WAP, Jacob. So if you just check out that WAP, you can get access to the journal. It's $97 right now for the journal. But there's a flash sale, I believe, going on, I think. You have to check it honestly yourself on the WAP. But yeah, it includes basically 640 of my trades I've taken live in the past. Journaling documented. I've added comments for the trades. There's tons of filtering. You can basically kind of learn part of my strategy from just reviewing a journal. If you're not comfortable investing into the course or mentorship yet, and you just want to see a sneak peek of how my trades work, how my strategy works, and try to figure things out yourself, you can get the journal. So that's an option I provide to people, for people, you know, that want to see a sneak peek, I guess, for cheaper. So you can definitely check that out. Definitely check out the journal. I have a link somewhere in the chat. Wait, hold on. Let me see. Let me see if the bot works. I'm going to add, that's actually a good idea. I'm going to add the chat command for the journal. Actually, the journal is not that important. Probably not add it. But I'll find you the link right now if you want. Let's see. Private journal. Oh, bro, I messed up the... Ignore that one link. I think I messed up. Alright, try that. Proof of payouts are... I keep confusing R and S. Because there's another dude with no profile picture named S, and he always keeps asking these questions. It's on the WAP. Proof of payouts is on the WAP. But yeah, that's the access to the private trading journal if you're interested in seeing all 640 trades I took. Welcome O to the group. I just saw you on the WAP. Only pain. Wait, let me disable this real quick. Welcome Only Pain to the ETU team. Only Pain just joined. There's one spot left, y'all, for the course at the current price, which is going to be the lowest it'll ever be, $399. There's only one spot left. Only Pain just redeemed the second to last spot. We only have one spot left for the advanced course. So if you're interested, now's the time. You guys don't have to fight for it. It's just one spot. And then after that one spot gets taken away, I'm going to raise the price. I'll probably raise it immediately after today. So, or whenever the last spot gets taken. But if you want, Jacob, you want to see a sneak peek of what the journal looks like also for free, I did a stream 2 days ago. It was a 4-hour long stream, but basically I was trying to do some optimization with my journal. So you guys want to watch that stream? It was a 4-hour long optimization stream where I was just optimizing my trades and my strategy. So you guys can kind of see like the stats of my strategy and how you can optimize it to make it even more powerful, even though it's already very good EV. But yeah, you can definitely check that out. It's just a free little video I want to add to y'all. Only Pain. Work while they sleep so you can live what they dream. Let's go. Let's go. Thanks, bro. I'll watch it. No problem. It is a long stream, I will say. So if you're going to watch it, get some popcorn or something, because that stream was tiring, dude. It was hard. I was about to fall asleep. It's not easy. It's not hard to do Excel formulas for 4 hours, but it's hard to talk for 4 hours straight. Gold is just consolidating right now. ES, we only have 30 minutes till, yeah, I don't think we're going to reach my... Let me see if there's any other place where we could take shorts from. See, the only other thing would be this 1 hour, but because we're bullish, ideally we take the trade off the liquidity sweep instead of just the PY mitigation here, but the 1 hour is right there. But it's also very late, and usually I don't recommend people to take trades this late. Yeah, I also talk, Sadasan is right. I also talk in RR a lot because I don't want you guys comparing the amount of money you make to the amount of money I make. Everyone's going to literally have different monetary value amounts for how much money they make trading. I don't want to make this seem like a get rich quick scheme. So I like to go based on just pure performance metrics, which is risk reward. So you guys can follow along, take the trades at your own level, at your own speed. There's no need to become a millionaire in a week. That's not going to ever happen, by the way. For those that are wondering, that's not possible. Okay. Consistency, long run is going to make that possible, right? I appreciate a Sadasan. He said, Sadasan's a course member, by the way, for those that don't know. He said, I joined before he ever went live, and him going live boosted my confidence in the charts. Well, that's why I provide these lives for free for now, man. At some point, I'll probably do like paid live streaming trading. I think that's something I mentioned in the past. It probably won't be like released until like maybe like 6 to 12 months later. So in the meantime, within the 6 to 12 months, I'll be doing like these free live trading streams once in a while for you guys, just to get a sneak peek into how basically I trade. But yeah, and you can even go back to the streams too to look at my stream record in terms of my trades I caught out, winners and losers too. Very transparent about everything. Let's see what gold. So gold, like if I was doing high time frame analysis on gold, since we took out a 4 hour low, you can anticipate gold being bullish all the way up here until this 4 hour PY that my indicator marks out for me automatically up here. You can refine that as well. So for my bias coming into gold for tomorrow, or Asia session actually for gold, It will depend if I trade A session today. I traded A session yesterday, and I was bored as hell because the trade took forever, and I went to sleep and I woke up to a TP. That's the advantage of trading, man. You get to be able to passively. Okay, I don't want to call it passive, but you get to basically just wait for your setup patiently, take the trade, and just let it run. When you just let it run, you're making money passively because you're not doing anything more to the trade. I'm not touching my trade anymore, just like how I didn't touch my ES long yesterday when it was going for that 5 risk reward high time from drawing liquidity. I just let it run. I was literally sleeping, bro. So if you want to think about it this way, I was just wait patiently, be disciplined, learn my strategy, practice, back test, go live. Once you start live trading, just be patient and disciplined. Once you finish that psychology aspect and master your mind, then all you're literally doing is waiting for that setup, taking it, stop loss, TP, entry, and you're making money passively when the trade is running. Like literally, I made money while I was sleeping yesterday, dude. I kid you not. I literally woke up to a 5 risk reward TP. So I literally made money while I was sleeping. And it seems like gold is probably not going to go for that PY below that marked out, which is okay. If you were, what is this? So we mitigated the 30-minute supply there. And if you go to a different time frame, this is a 5-minute stop hunter setup right there. So there's a 5-minute stop hunter setup right there to go higher on the gold. Because gold, you wouldn't really be shorting probably until we get up here on gold. But there it is, gold pump. But you guys can see how the market traps people, right? It traps people selling and buying here, and traps people selling and buying here. Manipulating both sides just to go towards a high time frame drawing liquidity. Hence why I'm trying to make a accurate high time frame drawing liquidity indicator for my students and me to use. It'll help you guys with just mechanically defining drawing liquidity better. I can do it by myself without needing an indicator, but making something to help ease up in terms of the confusion. If you do get confused, sometimes you will have two drawing liquidities that you are like stuck between. You don't know which one to pick. That's where an indicator comes in and tells you this one is the better high time frame drawing liquidity. Use that one. So it's something I'm currently work in progress. You probably won't expect the high time frame drawing liquidity to be added to the indicator package until maybe like 6 months later. It will take a while because I do want to do enough testing to the point where it's pretty accurate, at least 60% or higher win rate in terms of accuracy. Whoa, OBS disconnecting. I think I lost internet. Did I lose internet? No, I think I'm back. I'm back. Don't know what happened there. It said OBS disconnected. Hopefully no one hacked me. Anyway, that's basically the rant for the indicator. So look forward to that at some point. Guys, look forward to that at some point. You see, ES is just climbing higher, man. It's just climbing higher. Telling you guys, you don't want to be the guy taking shorts for big moves, right? You just want to be taking advantage of scalps. Because we have this 1 hour PY with a lot of imbalance above, so there's no reason really to short here. And I think a lot of people have a problem with like counter trend trading because they're trying to outsmart the market. And it's just like, why try to outsmart the market when you could just take external continuations? Just wait for price to come back and then take your continuation. Jacob, how do you trade continuation? What do you look for? I cover everything mechanically in the course. So if you just get the course, if you're in the course already, I don't know if you are. I can't tell, but if you are in the course already, it's covered in a lot of the videos. I have tons of trade examples in the videos. There's like 100, almost 120. There's 118 videos in the course right now, and tons of trade examples of how to trade continuations and my continuation model. It's very mechanical, and you just have to follow the set of rules and checklists that tell you, and you can trade it properly. So yeah, I do go over it all in the course. I'm not going to go over too much, but you can kind of, if you want to try to figure it out, you can. These are the two setups based on my strategy I took today, taking these continuations. And yes, there's also shorts that played out today if you just scalp. But if you want to learn the entire thing, I keep it exclusive within just the course and the mentorship. So something if you want, if you're interested in, you can check that out. Also, question for you guys. So, because I've been requested, some people request me, can you like live trade every day? Obviously not on YouTube. YouTube, I kind of live trade like on here, like maybe was it? Let's check how often I've been live trading on YouTube right now. I started live trading 3 weeks ago. So about like maybe twice a week on YouTube for free live trading. But someone did request that if I can do like paid live trading privately, and I was thinking about that. It probably won't be a thing until like 6 to 12 months later. I try to want to get everyone to be self-independent right now, learn entire strategy, know exactly what you're looking for, and then we can live trade together. Otherwise, I don't want signal bots. People just come in here trying to make money, easy money, and leaving, or not leaving, but trying to come in and make easy money, just trying to copy trade and be lazy. I don't like lazy people. I personally didn't grow up being lazy, so I don't like the people that try to just pay money thinking they can just make money by just copying, because that's not the type of habits I want to teach people to make. You want to be self-independent, because let's say I stop providing paid live trading one day and you're already full-time with the amount of money you made copying my trades. What do you do then, right? You don't know anything. So I would highly recommend, that's why I'm waiting for people to learn everything first, get a solid foundation, get people profitable, and then we can go do some live trading together. But I was wondering, what do you guys think is like a reasonable price monthly for live trading? Because live trading is going to be a monthly, obviously. It won't be like a one-time thing. But yeah, just I'll probably do a poll at some point, because it's probably too early to call it right now. But yeah, just something that I've thought of, since someone did bring that up as well. And then I'm going to see what's going on with my indicator here that I'm working on. Swap out. I did swap it out. That's very weird. Should easily be working right now. Let's see. Line. Block of statements. It's hard to focus while streaming. But what have you guys been up to today? How long do you guys trade? I'm actually curious. How many people here trade New York session? I did a poll to my course members today to see like where most people are trading. Most people are trading New York session, and then the other half is Asia session and one London session. But yeah, that was something I was curious about in case later I want to do paid live streams on like what sessions to offer, because I'm obviously not going to be trading all 3 sessions every single day. That's a lot of work. Usually I trade 2 sessions max on a given day. So if I make a lot in New York session, Like today, I can choose. It's just a lifestyle choice for me. I can choose to take a break, not trade 8 a session. If I don't make much in New York session, I'll trade 8 a session. And usually when I trade 8 a session, I look for gold, but the opportunity in the setup on ES was just too clear, right? It was too clear as day here of taking a long. So I had to take the opportunity here. Unfortunately, it's 8 a session. So my TP was, I knew my TP was far for 8 a session. 8 a session, you can expect small ranges. So that was the reason. But if you guys are also just new, just joined, here's the proof of executions of me before and after in the trade for the short and long on ES last night. Because some people may believe, how do you even hold a trade through all this? And a simple answer is confidence. I've been trading this system for years, and I've collected so much data that I'm very confident just holding in these trades, you know? One trade a day? Okay, cool. Well, no. So when you say reversals, I distinguish, it depends on what you mean by reversals. There's internal reversals and external reversals. I trade also internal reversals, but I'm trading external continuations. So it depends on how you view structure, but the way I teach in the course and how I view structure is I'm taking internal reversals for a lot of my setups, but they're external continuations of the pro trend. Unless it's my stop hunter setup, then yes, it's an internal continuation model. But yeah, you said you take one trade a day, Jacob. That's something I recommend to people that are new. I don't do that personally to limit myself, just because I can handle my emotions pretty well. There's a few times where I would go on tilt, but when I do go on tilt, I limit it to like 2 losses usually, and I try to refocus or take a break and come back. But for the most part, I usually take a few trades a day. It's just because my strategy offers a good win rate with the high risk reward, and I'm able to get a lot of steps a day, especially since I trade 2 assets, right? I'm gonna lower the ring light here. It's a little bright, but especially because I trade 2 assets a day. So especially back then, I used to trade 4 a day, but now I just focus on 2 because I have to monitor Discord and all that. But 2 a day, you know, I can double basically my trade frequency by doing that. So that's why I take 2 trades or 2 assets a day. Now I have double number of trades usually. So for example, let's say you take 1 trade a day. If you're trading 2 assets, on average, it will just be double, 2 trades a day. But 1 trade a day is, I think the only benefit for that is you can focus on taking the highest probability setup. Number 2 is psychology. You can't tilt. There's no way to tilt when you take 1 trade a day, because usually what happens with tilting is people tilt like with a short period of time. So like if you take a loss, a lot of people, they take another trade back to back, and that's what tilting is, and it causes a spiral that gets worse and worse. But if you're only taking 1 trade a day, when you come back tomorrow, you're going to forget about that loss, for example, that you took yesterday, right? You're not going to be in the tilted state of mind. You'll be clear. And that's the crazy part of psychology and trading. It's like a lot of people don't understand that, man, if you just take a break, dude, give yourself even a 15-minute breather and come back to the charts, it will get rid of part of the tilt mindset, right? And you would be far better off in trading with that, doing that and taking a 15-minute break than stressing yourself on your computer sitting here for another 15 minutes. So there's some benefits to trade rules for systems. I would recommend for the most part people that are new to have rules, but at some point when you can manage your emotions better, when you know your strategy and system better, you understand the law of large numbers, you can kind of lessen the restrictions on your own trading. That doesn't mean to take random trades, by the way. That's a whole different thing. That's not even trading your strategy. But yeah. See, gold is going up. ES is just slowly climbing. There's no setups here on ES. If you were taking my stop hunter setup, you could have taken this here. But again, like I said, it's not something that I like taking. And I have recently started taking a few more counter trend trades just because I've noticed from the trades I've taken in the past like month that I am missing out on some net risk reward. Even though my win rate will be slightly lower, but I'm missing out on some net risk reward by not taking these mitigation cycles. So I've been kind of being a bit lenient on the counter trend trades I'm taking. So taking them, but obviously they need more context and confluences on my checklist to take them. So A lot of people also told me I should be out branching or branching out on other platforms for social media, because my main platform is basically YouTube. But I've been giving advice to like branch out. But I just think in terms of my content, the way I teach and trade, long form content works like the best for my brand. $1.4. Bro, I slept so much last night. I think that's because I was sick and tired of Asia session. What time did I end stream last night? Let me check. Because I still stayed up for a bit to watch a trade while I was off stream, just because it's just like there's no point in streaming and recording one single trade and that I'm just holding. Let's see. It was like 11:30 p.m. And at 11:30 p.m. I was near like one reward in profit. So yeah, it wasn't close to my TP. That's when I decided I'm hopping off stream and I'm just gonna go to sleep. Just like, bro, there's no way. You will not pay me. You will not pay me to sit there for 5 hours to watch a trade. Especially if it's Asia session, like I know there's gonna be no volatility. Like, bro, I'm not gonna sit through that. I think the longest trade I've ever taken was like 8 hours. About to check. Because I did used to swing trade. I used to swing trade for a little bit. But now it's just intraday trading. I just only trade intraday now. Does anyone else here trade Euro USD? Was it just R that would brought up Euro USD? Dude, the thing with the tariff situation, if we just go to the daily, it was crazy because we stopped all liquidity on daily, and I think it was just even on the weekly. And literally, we have not had major retracements since. We didn't have like major pullbacks like this, stuff like this. We just been pumping ever since. So literally, to just the easiest, simplest way to boost your win rate is just take only longs. You had 46 days to take only long trades, and that's the easy way to just boost your win rate overall. Now the problem I think people have is where to enter, where to exit, and when to long. Because if you're longing like up here, this is not as high probability. You want to be longing down here. And if you're longing here, for example, maybe you might take a stop loss here, even though you're technically daily pro trends. So that's something you need to learn, and it's something I teach also, to which PYs you want to look for to take longs from their high probability versus low probability, right? And some members have already done their own back testing, which is great. I've seen some of you guys are actually back testing specific types of price delivery in terms of structure that I'm also teaching. So that's also great to see that you guys are doing your own work, right? Because you have to build your own back testing confidence in the strategy, not just me telling you this. Me telling you this is telling you something that I've proven to work, but you also want to build your own confidence, because confidence comes from within. So I know some of you guys find me live trading here as well for free also as a confidence booster in my strategy, knowing that it works. So that's also why I'm continuously going to be doing this for maybe the next 6 months, just like once a week, twice a week, just checking in on you guys. Let's see, where are we dumping from? I think it's the 1 hour liquidity here. Mark this. The only thing about my mic here being is kind of gets in the way of the keyboard. Okay, so we dumped basically off this reaction of this 1 hour, but that's not something I usually would take anyway, since it's 3:51 p.m. Market's about to close. But yeah, there is that dump. Exact reason why I tell people, you know, longing down here is fine, but once you get these more manipulation legs, you don't really want to be longing like up here. And obviously gold is going to go up if ES goes down. They're kind of inversely correlated for those that don't know. But I don't use the correlation too much. It's usually more so like how I would use it would be like, let's say I was in the short here, which I was, limit 48, right? And I was in a gold or ES long at the time. So these two trades for me were kind of, you can call it hedging in a sense. Oh my gosh, my voice cracked. You can call it hedging in a sense because I have a short on gold while my ES is linked for longs. So basically I'm hedging my risk in a sense where if I hit stop loss on one of these, I'll hit TP in the other one most likely. And I'm going to be come out green because my risk reward on my entries are very precise. My stop loss is very small compared to my TP. So I can get a net return. Like 4 risk reward minus 1 is still up 3 risk reward. So up throw still 3 times my risk. But that's something you can also use as confluence. For example, I also probably should have avoided trading gold at this time because my draw on ES was higher. So what does that mean for gold? Wait, that means it should be going lower. What am I saying? Do you also trade gold? Yeah, I also trade gold. So for you, I assume you're new here, so you asked that question. I trade ES and gold. Sometimes I'll take the trade on NQ, but for the most part, I'll be taking it on ES. And a lot of people ask me why ES over NQ. It's literally just a personal preference thing. I'm super familiar with ES and how ES moves compared to NQ. I've started trading my trading journey, but the first thing I ever traded was basically ES, but that was with SPY contracts. But you guys know, if you don't know, ES is the futures contract of SPY. It's the same exact thing. But yeah, I've just been comfortable trading ES, so I've never really felt the need. There's no need to fix something if it ain't broke. So, but I've been looking into NQ. There's some times where I will take NQ if the delivery is better on price. But otherwise, other than that, most part I try to focus on taking this ES still. But I knew a lot of people say NQ has more volatility. So that's why they trade it. But yes, I do trade gold and ES daily. My code here is still bugged. Okay. Oh, wait. No. How did it work on the other code? Hold on. Oh, because I didn't declare. Session. I didn't declare the variable in the other one either. It's saying I needed to declare the variable, but I didn't declare in the other code and it was fine. And I think PineScript runs things one by one, if I'm not mistaken. I think because some programs or programming languages, they run it as a whole, like all at one time. So order doesn't matter. I can try changing the operator here, but I don't think that's the reason. It's not. Syntax error at input block of statements. But it's literally, there's nothing wrong with this. Dude, I gotta be tripping here. What? Let me try this. Maybe it's, dude, the thing that I hate about PineScript is the way they do indentation in PineScript. If you guys have coded in PineScript before, you know, like you need an extra space after you tab to put it to make something nested. And it's like, it's just annoying. It's just like, I'm used to just hitting tab and it nests the code. So, bruh. Oh, I always get line continuation errors, and that's just syntax reasons. I think now it works. It was literally a syntax error. Yep. That's crazy, bro. Because the thing is, GPT AIs, they're not, I think because PineScript is like not as commonly prompted in the system, I believe. GPT, at least from my experience, is not good with syntax in PineScript at all. Every time it sends you code or code suggestions, it messes up the line continuation syntax errors, so you have to always like add a space manually. Video clips, what sessions? I trade all 3 sessions. New York session, Asia session, London session. But my general rule is, if you're just looking to my private trading journal, most of my trades are New York session. So majority of my trades, I'd say 60-70% is New York session, probably 25% Asia session, and then like basically the rest London session. I rarely trade London because that's like, it doesn't work well with my sleep schedule in terms of time, because London session is when I'm kind of sleeping. So I rarely ever trade London session. But usually my rule is, if I make a lot in New York session, I won't trade Asia session because I like to end the day green. And if I don't want to get too greedy, and if I end like New York session red or like slightly green, I'll trade Asia session to make it back, in the hopes of making it back. Not, obviously, you're not gonna, nothing's guaranteed to make it back, but my strategy has very good stats and a very good edge where it should, for the most part, make it back. So you said, is it AI? What's AI? The webcam? Line argument. What happened here? What? Bro, calling the, what is AI? I'm so confused. Wouldn't that be funny if I was trolling y'all this whole time and the face cam was just AI? Would y'all believe me? Like if I was telling y'all right now that this face cam was just AI. That would be hilarious, I'm not gonna lie. Dude, AI is like pretty good nowadays. I think the main issue with AI like generating like videos is it looks too HD. Every time you see an AI generated video, it looks like 10K quality or 8K quality. So like it's pretty clear for most times whenever you can distinguish between AI versus real images or pictures. Because if something looks too real, it's AI. Too real as in it looks like a human eye. Probably more clear than a human eye, honestly. This passes a string into the width style. One style against the constants. Oh, bro, I knew I was doing it right the first time, bro. ChatGPT got me messed up. All right. It's fixed now. Let's go. Let's go. Wait, did it update on the stream as well? I think it did. Well, let's see. You can see on stream. So this is just what it looks like currently for the structure indicator. I was working on the code on my other monitor. But you can see it's not like the best accuracy at the moment. Like it marked this sweep. So what it means is this is a fake out. And you can short that. Mark that as a break structure. But there's some settings I need to configure, mess around with, back test. And then visuals are very easy to do. I can always do visual stuff later. But trying to find the best settings, play around with it, see if I can add any more functionality to it to basically improve it for you guys and for me too, right? It's just something to help me potentially save more time while trading. The point of trading, like I said, now with all these tools, with AI, with everything computerized, you don't want to be 100%. You can mainly 100% manually trade, but it's better to why not take advantage of the tools we're given, or not given, but given the opportunity to make. Right, that's why I have a daily bias indicator. Like today on ES, the daily bias was bullish. My indicator usually has a daily bias that's more accurate, so it's more accurate than wrong. I'm probably saying the phrase wrong, but basically just means it's going to be more accurate than when it's wrong. So the win rate of if you're trading with the daily bias indicator that I have in the all-in-one indicator access package on WAP, you will have a higher win rate instantly just by trading only in the daily bias. Like daily bias today on the indicator was given bullish. So when I have my clear draw liquidity aligned with the daily bias indicator, it doubles basically my confluences to take longs, and that's why I took longs today. And then the visual stuff like dash, solid, dotted, this is super easy stuff you can do. All I do is I just use a switch function to switch the strings. You don't have to use a switch function. You can just use the built-in line.style, but I like to use a switch function to change the text to whatever I like. But what's the reason? But yeah, I'll just set the default here real quick to medium here. I think the thing is once I finish up coding the structure markings and making sure that's like at least 70% accurate, I can't anticipate or expect it to be 100% accurate. But once I do have that coded up, I'll work on the draw on liquidity where it will mark out a draw on liquidity for you. So literally what you will get is not only daily bias, but a draw on liquidity marked out automatically for you, which is my ultimate goal. And with these two things, you can improve your win rate drastically and avoid random stupid losses, right? I wouldn't call them stupid losses, but avoid losses that would have occurred if you just took your trades without the daily bias or draw on liquidity or structure indicator. So that's what I'm working on. And then later on, my plan is with the algo bot that I built based on my strategy that trades 100% mechanically, part of my system. If you guys haven't seen the back test, it's on my free Discord. So join the free Discord link if you want to see it. It's in the profits tab. I can't post on the stream here because the image is too big, but it's about 5,679 trades. And the total P&L was 7,000% gain, and max drawdown was only 34%. So it's a really good max drawdown compared to profit ratio. I think it's going to be way better once I can implement if I can get the structure correctly with the code I'm working on and a drawing liquidity correctly, and if I just use that as a filter for entry longs and exits and for shorts, taking trades within that context, including my daily bias indicator, my plan is ultimately to integrate all these indicators into my bot. Once I can integrate all this to my algorithm bot, the win rate of the bot should improve close to my manual trading. And once it does that, then I'm just done. I'll be done manually trading at that point, right? But as for the time being, I'm still working on integrations with the webhook to my broker. So until I get that figured out, I'm going to be manually trading. And also, me manually trading has better stats than the algo bot passively. So I will still be manually trading until I get everything integrated, not just with the webhooks, but also adding in the functionality and bias of the drawn liquidity that I'm currently working on and the daily bias indicator. So something I am very honestly looking forward to, because it's probably going to be my biggest project ever. And he said, when did you start trading? I started trading several years ago. How long did it take you to become profitable? It took me around a year of 14 hours every day. So I was literally just sitting in my chair. I was depressed. It was bad. I also had a part-time job in the meantime. But later on, I quit that, and I kind of messed up there, because basically you shouldn't quit your income or your job until you can prove yourself consistently profitable. So I kind of messed up there a little bit, got myself kind of in a bad hole. But after that struggle, a year straight, hella hours every single day, I got profitability. And honestly, to shorten your profitability, all you have to do is just learn my strategy system. Just do your bad testing, and then you can start demo trading, and then you can take either fun and challenge accounts or start trading a personal account, which I have a personal account I trade alongside. And you can literally just start getting consistent profitability within like 3 months, right? You can learn my entire course within, I'd say, the fastest someone has ever finished an entire course, like 80% plus of the course of 120 videos, 118 videos, is about 2 weeks right now. That's the record currently. So you can learn technically everything if you want to put in true effort, learn everything in 2 weeks. And then you can take about 2 weeks to a month of bad testing, collecting data, refining things, seeing what you like, seeing what you don't like, practicing with your screen time, identifying these strategies and setups live. And then once you are able to do that, then all you have to do is just start taking trades live and just be disciplined. And once you can finish and fix your discipline, that's the hard part, right? Some people, they can fix their discipline within a month. Some people, I'd probably say a month is not enough. So the thing is to learn everything you need to become consistently profitable with the back test and data. You just need like 1 to 2 months with my strategy and system. But to truly become consistently profitable, you need to prove yourself across at least 3 months of back-to-back green. And I would say, of course, discipline, that would take some time. Some people might take 3 to 6 months. Some people might take a year. So the road to profitability, you can't compare for the psychology part. But for the technical aspect of learning something that has an edge, that's something that should not take too long to learn. For me, it took a very long time, because I started with BS indicators for a little bit. And then I got into all sorts of mess with options trading. You guys know options trading, there's data decay. There's a lot of stuff, and it messes up your trading edge. So yeah, I dug myself in a hole with options trading. And ever since I switched to Forex, got payouts there with Forex prop firms. Then I switched over to futures prop firms and had a futures personal account. Ever since then, I've been here. I've never changed since. Thank you for subscribing, Money Printer FX. Oh, that's what the bot said. Yep. Thank you for subscribing, Money Printer FX. Got a Forex trader in the chat. When did I have that set up? When did I have the subscription thing set up? I didn't know the bot was doing that. Does it? I think it does it automatically. Okay, nice. Awesome. Ah, there it is. Display custom messages to users on a subscriber event. Tips. I'm not going to have tips on the streams. There's no reason to. These streams are free for a reason. My channel is also not ad monetized for a reason as well. It's so you guys can watch this stuff without, you know, having to suffer through all that BS. Sponsor event. Don't know what that is. I know some people do have like channel perks. I could probably set that up if you guys are interested. I think it's like emoji stuff with the chat or something. It's probably something related to Twitch. I don't know. I have to look into it. I don't trade any other pairs video clips. So I used to trade Euro USD, oil, gold, and ES. So 4 things. I then later took away 2 assets. First off, it's really hard to trade 4 assets at once, but I was doing it at the time. Now that I run a trading program with a mentorship and I have to also manage my Discord server now. Back then I didn't have one. That was really big. It was a very small server, so there's not much management needed. Now I have a private trading chat with the course members that get access to it as a bonus. So I do send my trade ideas, drawing liquidity, things of that nature, checking in on people, giving feedback in there as well. So that takes up my time. And so therefore I had to cut the number of trades or number of assets I trade in half. So I'm only trading ES and gold now. Otherwise, yeah, I would be probably trading back to 4 assets, but I'm okay with trading 2 right now. There was a period of time where I was trying to see if I can optimize certain things. So when you're optimizing, you kind of want to focus more on specific pairs, because trading more pairs is not going to help you with your optimization. Optimization is based on your strategy and the technicals, hence why you kind of want to narrow that down. Yo, what's up? Welcome Halo for joining the Discord server. Welcome Morty. Welcome J Silent Trader. Dude, when I saw your name, J Silent Trader, I almost thought you were a bot, bro. Not gonna lie, I almost thought you were a bot. Because there's some J Traders joining the Discord. DMing members, man. These scammers, bro. Go absolutely crazy. It's insanity. I need to install a Discord bot to auto ban people with a name that's similar to J Trades. I'm hoping no one else that's a normal person in the Discord is called J Trades. You shouldn't be. That would be weird. Bro. You gotta be kidding me. Y'all want to see something? Bro, this was not a thing yesterday. From time to time, I will check through the Discord just to make sure, you know, people ain't falling for stuff. But what the hell, bro? Y'all see this, bro? You see how many J trades there are? I'm about to ban these hoes. Hold on. Oh my gosh, I almost banned the dude that just joined. Yo. Dude, oh my gosh, this guy's name is so similar to mine. It's crazy. What? I have to manually ban these dudes, bro. Hold on. We got 3 imposters right now in the Discord. Y'all better not be following these imposters. If they're messaging you, you gotta be smart, man. It's 2025 nowadays. You gotta know. I would never DM you asking you for money unless you reached out to me first and you want to set up crypto payments for the course. If you don't want to pay the fees on WAP. So I do accept Bitcoin for those that are interested in paying through Bitcoin without fees. That don't want to pay the WAP fees. WAP takes a commission from me, the seller, and a buyer. So it takes a commission from both sides. If you don't want like that, you can also pay me. Just message me on Discord. We can do like a direct Bitcoin transaction. But aside from that, everything else is just through the WAP. So yeah. Also, for those that just joined, we only have 1 more spot left. So we have really 1 more spot left for the course. So for those that are interested, again, there's only 1 spot left. I would recommend you take advantage now because the price will be increasing after the one last spot is taken. Why did it send a message twice? Interesting. I'm not sure. Okay. Might be a glitch. Sometimes people would join and rejoin the Discord, so it does kind of mess up the detection. Like sometimes I may think you're a bot. So if you join the free Discord, try not to like leave and join and leave and join, because at that point it's a sus, and I'm just gonna assume you're a bot and just ban you. So yeah, don't do that. All right, time to ban hammer these boys. Why can't I? The ban hammer is coming. All right, there you go. The thing with these bots, bro, what I see is they literally join with a name that's not my name, and then they ban, and then they change their name. So they try to be slick with it. But I've been catching on. So I've been trying to ban them manually. But if you guys know a bot specifically that bans them automatically, let me know. It's not just a thing in my server. In other plenty of trader servers, there's bots, bro. I wonder if it's one mastermind, one dude behind the bots, because like it's getting out of control. It's been going on like this ever since I opened the Discord up. So and if you guys just joined Discord, if you guys could vote on how you found out about my channel, that would be great. It's just a thing that I'm looking at just to gauge like what platforms like work best for my trading. So yeah, but it seems like majority of people come from YouTube. Video clip says you do all trades live. So you can check the YouTube channel section, go under live, and let you have all my other past live streams where I took trades live under there. So if you want to watch all of them, you can. They are quite long though. Some of the streams are 2 hours, some of them are 4 hours. So it depends on what you want to, how much free time you got, but you can watch them if you want to see the trades I took live. All right, you guys, I'm going to end the stream here, man. If you guys wanted to stay on, you can chill, whatever. But I answered everyone's question, I believe, or most people's questions here in chat that are new. I'm going to get off stream, probably go get some food, and I'm going to work on my indicator for a structure indicator for y'all, so, or for myself. So that's what I'll be doing personally. If you guys have any questions, reach out through Discord. Again, one more spot left in a WAP for the course for those that are interested in checking that out. You can check it out now. There's not going to be spot refills, so last person gets it is a lucky winner. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the free Discord. Peace.